Guys, and welcome to another Gearheads Garage production. And in today's video we are going to be tackling the last thing on the list to get this thing ready for our fall ride, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so this right here is our subject of this video. And what about this subject is, if you recall, back in the spring when we went to Busco Beach for the spring Mini Mayhem meetup with Cars and Cameras down at Busco Beach, or over there for us, but on the drag strip on the way back over there, this wheel decides to come off. And so as soon as it passes me, honestly, the wheel passed me, and the front end just completely nosedived. And this spindle just buried itself in the mud and sand and God only knows what else. So, yes, I took this wheel off previously, and I actually greased the spindle and the inside of the wheel because a lot of the sand and grit from there actually scored up both. Well, I mean, it scored up the wheel, but the spindle itself is hardened steel, so it didn't really do very much damage to it. Just kind of created some surface rust, which I did remove most of it. And I used some of this super lube right here to grease the spindle. And so I put it on there, and I put these things put that bolt back in there. We will be drilling. I have actually made my decision. I'm going to be drilling into this spindle and putting a cotter pin in there to make this more secure. Because yes, this thing is torqued down pretty good with my impact, but that doesn't mean, with all the vibrations and everything going on over there, that will not back out and we are back to square one. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get that wheel off. But before we start pulling the wheels off, or that wheel off in general, I want to introduce to you my dad's new toy. Now, I am in love with this thing, and, well, yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Chuki got the sound switch.
So yes, this guys is a wheel horse, 310-8. Not exactly sure what year model this is. I know it's somewhere in the, I want to say, low to mid 80s. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's in the 80s. But he's been looking for a while for something with a high and low speed transmission. So this is technically an 8-speed, 6-speed, and forward gears with 2 reverse gears. So yes, honestly, because he likes the high and low speed transmission on MUT3. So with that being said, we ended up finding this. Actually, a neighbor, I guess if he has us down, actually caught my dad at the gas station and just said he wasn't using this anymore, and wondering if he was interested, and he's like, heck yeah. So we went over there and looked at it and ended up picking it up. It does have some sort of jerry rigging on the seat, but I mean, it'll be fine. We can fix it if we need to. Shifts great. It did have a problem with the throttle cable. So it had ended up snapping right there, and so we got us a new one, courtesy of my work. So, yep, she now has a brand new throttle cable, and I have to go down to the shed to show y'all the muffler that was on it, but I don't exactly feel like doing that. So I'm just going to tell you that it originally has a big old can muffler on it. Well, it was no longer being a muffler. It was being pretty much a fart can, if you will. It had a really big rust hole on the underside of it, and all of the welds were broken. The only thing it was doing is just shooting exhaust out of that hole, and not just bypassing the muffler entirely. So, if you remember this is actually one of the mufflers off of the original motor off of MUT3, the 17 horsepower opposed twin. So, yep, she is being reused now, and I really like the way this thing sounds. I will actually show y'all that right now. Make sure she is in neutral, and well, there we go. So yeah, I think I've still got to, I adjusted the carburetor a little bit. I think I still have a little bit left to do. But I mean, she is a pretty stout little tractor, I will have to say. So, yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing to it right now. We're just, kind of figuring things out with it, this, that, and the other. So, yeah, I will have further updates on this, I guess. And, alright, let's pull that wheel off. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start taking this wheel off, get our 13mm out on the impact, and before I do that, listen to this. Hear that? Exactly. That's good. No more squeaking, no more squealing, no more chatter. Ugh. So glad I finally greased these spindles, because especially this spindle right here, this was the one that, obviously hit, the sand over there at Busco Beach last time, and I don't think I got all the sand off of it, little micro whatever. And so, I mean, ever since then, I mean, this wheel has just been squeaky as no end. So I'm finally glad to get that taken care of. So let's go ahead and get started. Get it going the right way. Always a good thing. Take her on loose. Set her aside. Let me go wash my hands off. Well, no, I'll take this wheel off before I do that. I don't like grease getting on my fingers very much, if I can help it. Set this tire aside. Now wipe my hands off. Alright, so if you look closely here, I have actually grounded myself off, I want to say, about a good ½ inch of threads to like an actual flat spot, and I actually punched with metal punch, and I actually drilled myself a little pilot hole using that 1/8 inch drill bit, which dulled at about 1/8 of an inch. So yeah, actually this is the next day, so that's why I'm wearing a different shirt. But anyway, yeah, really big shout out to my dad. He pulled through for me and actually got me a whole set of these titanium drill bits with the carbide tips on them. So, yeah. The cool thing about these is that these are actually double-sided. I didn't even know they made double-sided or double-ended drill bits. But, yeah, I didn't even know they made these at Harbor Freight either, so go figure. So we're going to use these and hopefully get through this actual. I'm not going to actually film myself drilling, because who wants to watch me literally sit on top of a drill and drill through a spindle? No one. So I will get back to y'all very shortly. Well guys, about 30 minutes later of me fiddling with this thing and getting absolutely nowhere. And not to harp on, the cobalt drill bit or whatever that I had, as well as these titanium Harbor Freight. I don't know why I said carbide tip. These are not carbide tips. They No, I just had carbide on the mind. I don't know. But it didn't even phase that. That spindle is still not have a hole in it. So, I have just come to the conclusion that, you know what? I'm just going to re-grease everything and just slap the wheel back on there and just make sure everything's tight, you know, when I ride it and whatever. I will drill that hole out in time, just not right now. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, that happened, unfortunately. I really thought that these would do it, but, I mean, these ain't even cutting anything. And you can pretty much tell if something's going to cut about a few seconds after you start actually using the drill bit. And these things are just sitting there spinning. So, I mean, I'm not even going to waste my time on it. But, yeah. Alright, so guys, if y'all thought that I was going to leave y'all hanging on that, well, surprise! It is actually a few days later, and, well, practically Saturday morning, but we are going to be taking the Jeep and the Yerf Dog, and we are going to, for the day, be going to a place called Triple A Farms, which is in Hamptonville, North Carolina, which is, you know, not too far from me. So it's mainly, it's honestly a smaller version of Busco Beach, pretty much. But yeah, I've only been there like one other time, and wanted to take this again. I took it last time, and I'm wanting to look for some revenge on it because last time I popped the chain off of it simply because it was loose as all get out. But I wasn't able to fix it and ended up having to tow it back with the Jeep. So yeah, with that being said, let's go. Alright guys, so we are at the sheets, putting some gas in the old gas can for that. And what I wanted to show y'all is I'm going to be trying out this little modification I did to my helmet. Little thing to where I can hold my camera if that works. I don't know, we'll have to try it out. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, got all juiced up, let's get on it. Alright guys, so she blew the belt. I'll film more when we get back to the trailer, but a friend of mine is going to pull me back, so I'll keep y'all updated. Alright guys, so we are back at the house. I got it off the trailer's put up, and I hosed it off, got, you know, the majority of all the clumps of mud off of it. And yeah, the main torque converter belt, as you can see right there, it is completely missing, and that's what went on this thing. Was it, well, pretty much disintegrated. But yeah, I think my helmet mount, my helmet foam mount on the camera, I think it worked out pretty good. And so yeah, but also do not forget Mini Mayhem Fall 2019 next month, October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Come out and ride it with us. Hosted by CarsandCameras Reviews. If y'all don't know, CarsandCameras Reviews, their YouTube channel is the main channel that inspired me to start this one. So yeah, definitely come out and say hey, ride, and let's have a good time. But yeah, this is going to be it for the video. If y'all like this video, please get a big thumbs up, and also if y'all like this the riding content, let me know by smashing that like button, and subscribe it if you haven't. So yeah, with that being said, I am out. See y'all.